Welcome to Black Love Matters, where this serves as a therapy session for figuring out adulthood,
loving each other,
and finding our inner Barack and Michelle.
Or Jay-Z and Beyonce. Or this episode, you know, Niram be yelling at me, y'all, because you know he a low-key perfectionist. He like, you say this week every time. It ain't this week, it's this episode. So this episode.
Oh, okay. So that's how we're going to start off.
Yeah, that's how we starting today.
Okay.
Let's focus on Will and Jada. So, you know, they got a little slack in the last few years for their parenting styles, a little eclectic, but I do like them, and both their kids are very successful, and their kids been bringing in the paycheck since they've been about 8, so that's a lot more than most can say about them. What do I love about Will and Jada? I just love that they're just unapologetically them, and their love just seems so genuine. And you know what else I like about them?
What?
I like how transparent they are with like the everyday and the realism of what marriage is, because I think it was Will who was like, yeah, we had to see a couples counselor, and we was in a rough place, but we made it through it. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, compared to some folks, it'd be like, we're perfect, don't worry about what we do, stay out of there. So I always really love how he talks openly of how they went to counseling and they were honest, and the rest was history, you know. I think that's good. I think that's something we don't hear about. So shout out to Will and Jada. Shout out to Black Love.
Yeah, you really don't hear about couples saying they're going to therapy and things of that
brown
sort.
Couples, let's be clear.
Yeah, brown couples.
Brown and black.
You know, them black folks don't die that therapy.
That's therapy, and therapy is important. I feel like that's a reoccurring. I feel like a broken record when I be saying it. Record. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be like Niram.
Oh, okay.
All right, come on.
Well, I'm Niram.
I'm Nambi.
And this is episode 7.
Happy Wednesday, y'all. It's
day.
Wednesday. It's hump day.
We're going to get over it, y'all. I'm telling y'all. So be sure to leave us a 5-star rating and review in iTunes and Stitcher. And we'll shout you guys out on the Friday show. So what's good, baby girl?
So my check-in, I have to first and foremost give a shout out to Queen Amanda Seales. Y'all have to see it by now. So it's like a 30-second clip going around. Look at that Huffington Post or even just Amanda Seales Instagram. And she is not playing with Caitlyn Jenner. Did you see it? Neil?
She got her ass together.
I got my entire life in the clip. So you have to watch it. So I think the conversation is starting during that Katy Perry live stream she did. I didn't realize she did this live stream. It was like Big Brother Celebrity Edition. Yeah. She had people for lunch, but whatever. But from this, Amanda, they were at like a lunch or dinner, and they was just supposed to have real conversations. And Amanda told the truth and shamed the devil. But low key, Amanda been speaking the truth for years. Like, I think she's super underrated when it comes to, you know, black wokeness, black female comedians. Like she's seriously on it. Anywho, what she was saying, or what she was doing is calling out white privilege with class. That's how I like to say it. Because I'm not the one, like, I can call out white privilege. It's a thing. I can tell you what it is. By the end of it, though, you're going to be like, what's wrong with you, sis? Take a break.
What, you mad?
Take some bite. Yes, I'm mad. But Amanda did it so classy and seamlessly. I just want to find some quotes from it because it was just so good. So y'all know Caitlyn Jenner, formerly Bruce Jenner. So, you know, Bruce Jenner a few years ago came out that said, you know, he's truly a woman, you know, transit went through that whole thing. But the flip side about Caitlyn is that she's high-key, low-key, super conservative. Mm-hmm. And everybody in the brown LGBTQ community is like, hey, girl, what's going on? Do you know the viewpoints that's going on?
Right. She a maggot.
What? Oh, yeah. Look, I was like, what? I always forget when we say maggot. Yeah, she is definitely a Trump supporter. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to say what they said. So what Amanda said was, it's an insult to me that you're not listening to me. And she said, if this is a conversation about having conversations, then we have to be listening to each other. And that's what she said. And then after that, Caitlyn was like, yes, you can say that, but I don't understand why you're mad at me, basically. I just simply said that I love this country, you know, going on in the white privilege. And then what Seals' response was, is because you've had a different experience, because this country is here for you. That's why you can say that, Caitlyn. That's why you can say you love it. That's why you can say it's great. But what the take-home piece was, this country ain't here for me the same way it is for you, sis. When she put that sis at the end, that's how I knew she meant business. Mm-hmm. She sealed it with a kiss. Yes. And was like, listen, I'm here and I'm very aware of you. And also when Amanda pointed out that, and if we're speaking about the trans community, so we're just talking about your white privilege, right. But you have to remember you are part of the trans community. Right. If you want to pretend as if you are or not. Yeah. the white community just got here for you, or America just got here for you at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
She didn't say today. She didn't say last week. She didn't say last month. She said at 2 p.m.
Today.
They just showed up for you during Pride Month. Okay. So it was just so, I kind of ran through that, but y'all have to go back and really peel back the pieces that Queen Amanda Seales is saying. Shout out to all the brown, brilliant girls out there. And I got to say just one more highlight. So this is what Amanda put on her Instagram. I couldn't even condense this down. I'm reading this word for word because it's the truth. So this is what Amanda said in kind of response to kind of the media she gets around it. She says, I don't take being in these conversations lightly. As a Black woman, they will far and too often consider my intellect a threat and my passion a problem. I hope I have inspired others last night to live in their truth no matter who's at the table. Let's grow not just a discourse of love, but a discourse of courage, because that's what it takes to deliver and face these inconvenient truths. Can we just go back to the word that she said, a discourse of courage? Amanda is speaking a word. I need her to come on out with a book. I need her to come on out with her own everything. I've just become obsessed with her. So that made my little heart smile when I seen her do that. But it's just the class in which she did it. She did it so elegantly. And I like how she said, one more thing. I keep going on about it. She said, I'm not angry. She said, I'm passionate. And that's another thing. A lot of times folks see Black women, when we get a little bass in our voice, all of a sudden we're assertive, we're aggressive, we're this, we're that, we're angry. No, we just passionate because this is personal.
Yeah.
What you're doing. All right. Ooh, look, I'm even breathing hard.
Take a deep breath.
I get riled up about that.
I know you do, Nambi.
All righty. Also, what happened to me? So I went to go see Wonder Woman. It was good. It was good. Those CGIs, though, I can see where that 75 cents on the dollar came in. I can see how they definitely gave her a little less than some of the other superhero budgets. What you thought, Niram? Did you? Was it just me or?
No, it seemed like they edited that in iMovie.
Not all of them. It was just a couple like the big scenes where it's like, okay, they about to really show out. And I was like, oh. And
the CGI was just bad.
I was like, oh, they could have did better. But I thought the storyline was interesting. Who was it? Claire Underwood was in it, which was brilliant. And of course, I call her Claire Underwood. I don't know what her real. I think it's Robin Wright or something like that. Claire was in it, serving Claire realness as always. As per usual, I don't know about y'all partners, but Niram went to sleep for a clean 30 minutes. So
I feel like it was like 5.
No, you were asleep for a clean 30 minutes with your mouth open. I started to throw a Swedish fish in.
Look.
And mind you, y'all, he was the one who was like, we got to go to the movies. I just really want to go to the movies because I was going to put it off another week and just come on here and apologize to y'all. But Niram like, nah, we want to go. I want to go. I want to go so bad. And he's going there to sleep.
Listen here. Life as a Black man is hard.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
That sometimes the only time I can really get good sleep is in the movie because it's cold, it's nice and cool, it's dark, and I'm with you, baby girl, so I'm comfortable. So now, so I'm comfortable, and I'm comfortable enough to go to sleep. So don't shame me for taking a little nappy nap during the movie.
It's good until you start snoring. You didn't snore in Wonder Woman, but I have been in the theaters when the snoring done cut through the blowing up of a building, and I'm like, this is too much. Can't take you nowhere.
You just gotta let me be myself.
I did. I just let you sleep, and you try to play it off like you up.
So sometimes I get the best sleep in movies. That's why I just want to go every week.
It's loud.
I get the best sleep because it be so dark. We got so much sunlight in our house that at 5 a.m. I'm already up. So it's be so dark in the movies. I get the best sleep ever. And sometimes you just gotta let me be me.
But my check-in again.
Yeah.
I thought Wonder Woman was good. I actually want more backstory on that island they came from. I remember we were leaving the theater and I asked Niram, like, is she going to go back to the island?
Like, no. She said she gone forever.
And I was like, why would she do that? So I want more.
She wants some pain.
What? No, I got to that. See, you see how they said that love story in there. I was going to see if they was going to do that. And I guess there's nothing wrong with it because kind of all the superhero movies have an undertone of love. And I guess love is a part of all heroes' journey. So I wasn't too salty about that. But I was kind of on why sis wasn't able to find another man for 70, 80 years because she not aging. You notice that? Like, she was still on him. What's that happening? What is that, in the 40s or something like that? And we in 2017 now. And then who come at the end on the tail end? Bruce Wayne, Batman, king of all the fuck boys. Batman mean, am I the only one who get fuckboy realist from Batman?
Yes. No. I believe you. He fuckboy. I had to think about it. Yes. I didn't know if I was saying yes. I was agreeing with you or yes. The other question, but yes, Batman is a fuckboy.
Because Batman don't got no real superpowers. He just got money.
Yeah, he one of those privileged white boys.
That's his superpower.
Yeah. That he was one of those bro types. Probably remember SA what is it SAE?
I don't know.
Probably one of those members.
Yeah.
Drinking and all that other stuff, and then his mama and daddy was like, "You got to get right."
His mama died. You
I know.
Okay.
That's why he said he had to get right.
You silly. But I just always get it. And I got it from the end of the movie because now he's sending pictures, stirring up all emotions. And he can't just send a picture in the mail. He done sent it in a briefcase by armored truck. I feel like he's like, I'm just thinking about you, girl.
Yeah.
Are you cool? You chilling? I'm like, here come Bruce Wayne, stirring all types of stuff up. But overall, I thought Wonder Woman was good. Go see it. It was up there, I think, with all the other movies. But I will say them CGI was leaning a little bit. But we got to blame that on that 75 cents to $1 because they did us wrong. But Miss Patty Jenkins, you did. I think that's her name. Hope I ain't making
Patty.
her. Yeah, Patty Jenkins, the director. She did that.
She did do it.
And it was very, very interesting. And what was her nationality? Wonder Woman. I keep saying Superwoman.
She from Amazon.
Okay.
She Latina.
I mean in real life.
Oh, in real life?
Okay.
I don't know.
Did you say she at Amazon?
Yeah.
What is that? No, I'm not.
I think Amazon somewhere in South America somewhere.
Okay. I meant this woman who's playing the real role of Wonder Woman.
Okay. Isn't she Latino?
I don't know. That's okay.
Or Hispanic?
I'll do the research and figure it out.
Yeah.
Niram talking about she from the Amazon. I'm talking about the real person.
Oh.
Maybe I should have clarified. I'll do my own research and I'll report back to y'all. Because I got the woman of color realness from her. I got a little touch of melanin in there. Mm-hmm. I just didn't know where. And I didn't know if she was like the first Latina or Middle Eastern woman. I didn't know where she was. Or she could be Italian too, honey. We don't know.
Probably.
Anyway, shout out to her. She was gorgeous. Like, I know everybody kept hitting on her in the movie, but I was looking at the screen. I was like, damn, she is pretty. Like, her face is symmetrical. Like, damn. Life, huh? Okay.
You ain't gonna touch on any of the sexism in the movie?
What's the sexism? It's normal. It was the 1940s, wasn't it?
There's every time she's like, who the fuck is she?
That's today. That's why I'm so numb to it.
Her ass knew like 100 languages and shit.
She knew 100 languages. Every language she started speaking to.
Yeah.
Come on.
Damn.
But no, the sexism was expected, even in the current day-to-day type stuff. So that was expected, and that idea of using her beauty as a weapon. But I think women, that is a weapon we have. Our beauty is a weapon, and sometimes I think we need to embrace it. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Gotcha.
And ain't our fault the Lord made us beautiful.
Hey.
All right. So I don't have any work stories. I know some folks got to kick in my work story, and thank y'all for affirming me that you are supposed to call in if you're running late. Thank you. Because I was really confused. But I went in and actually my store manager apologized. Like, no, that was appropriate. People were just confused. So I was like, yeah, okay. Because he must have seen the look of the devil in my eye. Because I was like, you got two more. What, Georgia, fool me once? Shame on you. Fool me twice. You ain't going to fool me no more.
Right.
So he already knew he was on his second one. But that was good. And lastly, I'm in a meal prep slump. So if any of y'all could help me, send me some blogs, some Instagrams, some messages, some meals for inspiration. Don't get me wrong, I used to love to meal prep and cook. Like, that was my thing. That was my space. I used to do it up. But as the weeks go on, it's getting sadder and sadder with our meal prep. Like, it started off like, every couple of days I'll cook something new and fresh. And now, y'all, my lunch last week was like a watermelon. Like a half a watermelon.
What's wrong with that?
That's not no nutrition. A watermelon, you be hungry in an hour.
Oh.
Or peanut butter and jelly, all them carbs. Just carbs and sugar and mess. Pasta. Just easy. So I need some inspiration. So anybody out there that know any like brown bloggers who cook, do meal prep, prefer like a low carb type thing, high protein. But I'm flexible. But I just gotta get back excited for food. Like, I used to love to cook and, try new recipes. But now I'm like, child, if it ain't no baked chicken and broccoli, I don't know what we gonna eat. And I need to snap out of it, or I go the extreme. So if it's not like healthy, I go like super soul food. I mean, you know what Niram is playing? Niram is playing. He can never let me have my moment.
What you talking about, baby? I'm over here looking at you, enjoying your beauty.
I'm done. We'll follow about the food next time, y'all. Go ahead, Niram.
All
Since
right.
you want the mic so bad, go
I
ahead.
don't want the mic, baby. I
ain't
was
gonna
just
say
looking
nothing.
at you.
Go ahead.
Well, first things first. Did y'all niggas know Barney was black?
Who Bernie? Who is Bernie?
The purple dinosaur.
Oh, Barney?
Yeah, Barney.
Yes.
I love you. You love me.
Who you thought his beats? I'm not his beats. His songs be lit,
I didn't know that nigga was black.
and he always dancing.
I guess his ass was always Millie rocking, so
Yeah.
that brought me joy. I said, shout out to Barney.
Yeah.
What else? I had some friends come up, and we just kicked it.
Yeah.
And my friends are so amazing.
They
you
are.
know,
I wish I could have been here.
they were so amazing. So these two girls that came up, they're like superstar runners, fat runners, and they just doing everything and being body positive and running and shit like that. And it's amazing. It made me feel a little sad that, you know, they was running and I wasn't. But, you know, I took them to the barbecue spot and they loved every single bit of it. You know, one of them was from Georgia. So she's like, I'm going to be judgmental of this barbecue. And I'm like, honey, go for it.
You said honey child. It is
Go
good
for
barbecue.
it. And then she had her first bite and she was like, yeah,
I'm done.
this is it.
Yeah.
What else? Warriors won. Congratulations. I don't give a fuck.
What? Don't be mean. Don't be.
Congratulations. You know.
That's the light skinned boy
Yeah.
with the wife. No,
Yeah,
the whole
with-
family look alike.
Yeah, the whole light skinned family.
Yeah, that's nice. The one who loved the Lord. I love the Lord.
I know
I'm
you
just
love.
trying to pick
I don't know if that was shade or
It
being
ain't shade.
condescending.
I love the Lord. Am I just misdescribing them?
No.
Okay, the light skinned family love the Lord, and the other girl be cooking.
Yeah.
Maybe I should check her out, but she could too much asparagus for me.
So they won. I didn't watch it, and the thing is, well, one of the things I didn't watch it because we don't have live TV. Well, we do kind of, but
No, we don't. No, we don't.
No, we don't. All right,
don't.
You're right. We just got this smart TV with Roku, Netflix.
Don't say it calm like that, y'all. See, when we first moved, remember we talking about the episode, we're going to tell y'all about being house poor. So it was like, well, how can we save and stat some money up? And Niram was like, well, we don't have to have cable. And I was like, this is when I'm working full time, and going to grad school. I said, wait, TV is my outlet. What you mean? Niram, oh, no, Nambi. Trust me. It's going to work. So we ain't had cable since the first, year I was mad.
Well, it's been like 4 years.
It's
So
been
yeah,
4
we ain't
years.
had cable in 4 years. So
With
I ain't
cable
watched live TV in a while. So unless it's Walking Dead, I figure out a way to figure that out.
Don't you?
I sure do.
Well, there's a will, there's a way.
Right.
Maybe that's episode, like we can talk about finances on like how to, save extra money and do different things. I think cable cutting is a lot because a cable bill is $100-something
Shit.
a month.
Yeah, if we would have got cable, it was going to be like close to $175, like with cable and internet.
And so we saved. I mean, but mind you, we have like Hulu, Netflix. Shout out to my parents.
Netflix codes. People who got cable and we get their login. So
Okay.
there's a will, there's a way. Watching a little Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta. I love We Get Ratchet TV. Shout out to Dime Piece, Jessica Dime.
You're a little bit too invested in her story.
I am.
You're a little
I
too
am.
invested,
That
okay?
is this girl then snatched the wig off, beat a bitch ass, and got proposed in the same damn episode. She on the come up. No more pink hair for her. No more strip clubs. So shout out to you, Dime, because you making it. And what else? Other than that, personally, I'm getting prepared for like this Achilles procedure. Like I said a couple episodes ago, that I'm dealing with some issues with my Achilles, so I haven't been able to run like I want to. So I'm having this procedure called like platelet-rich. What is it called? Platelet-rich plasma, some
I
bullshit
hope you
like
know
that.
what the procedure called.
That's when they take your blood out and then spin it down and like take all the nutrients out and put it in the injured spot. So we're gonna see. I'm really not the fan of needles, so the fact that they gotta take the blood out of me and then put the blood somewhere else,
Yes.
I'm not really a fan of that. But we're gonna see how that go. But that's all I got.
All right.
We got a black love story.
Yes, we do, Niram. We have a good black love story this week. I love black love stories. So y'all, please do not forget to go to www.blacklovematters.com. Again, that's www.blacklovematters.com. Okay, and submit your black love story. And I know folks ask us all the time, like, do you have to be married? No. Just submit it. Like, we really want to hear y'all story.
Hold up, though. Pause.
Yeah.
don't be submitting no black love story. Y'all done been together for like 2 weeks.
14 days strong.
Right.
Our 14-day anniversary.
Right. Hell nah. That's puppy love. We don't want that.
No puppy love. Maybe we could have a segment called Puppy Love one day and give advice to the children. You know what? It ain't even always children. It be some grown folks.
It's these grown folks.
Talking about I've been in the relationship for 2 weeks. What? I got milk lasts longer than that.
Oh
Lunch meat lasts longer than that relationship. All right, but let's get to the focus of today. So the couple we're going to talk about today is someone we looked up to for years since we kind of been out in New England. They've embraced us from our first interaction. The way that we know them is that they're entrepreneurs, they're business owners. So as you all know, Niram and I love a good brown-owned business. So we would go in and support them, and they would just embrace us. So it'll be more than just taking our money and just spending it there. They will always ask about what we're doing and how we're doing it. And eventually, once they got to know us, they start seeing us around the neighborhood. It's kind of like when you at a predominantly white school. When you're in a predominantly white neighborhood, every time you see the brown person, you're like, there they go.
There you go again. Hey, it's you.
And you know, Niram always be running. So eventually, not only running, y'all, Niram be running in the brightest outfit on earth. It'd be like neon orange, neon green. So these folks always would see him and shout him out. So without ado, this week's Black Love Story is Al and Mary Garrett.
Hey.
Yes, my favorite folks. So they've been together for 26 years and married for 25. They met after Al's Aunt Jeannie attempted to introduce Mary to all of her nephews. All right, pause right there. I don't have an Aunt Jeannie in my life, but I think I'm going to be Aunt Jeannie.
Yes, because you always try to make a love connection.
I love to make a love connection. And y'all don't see it, but when they submitted it, they look like they highlighted all. So it looks like Aunt Jeannie was like, all right, this one don't work.
Right.
Try
got
this
another one. Tommy don't work? No. What about Tyrone? You like Tyrone? No.
You like Daryl?
No.
Nope. So I really like that. So she was successful with the creative seating plan made for her daughter's wedding and ensuring that no one was out of place.
You know, that's that old school.
That's that old school.
Like we're gonna put all the single people at one table. I think her and Al might be good. Let's put them together.
Sit them right next to each other. Don't put them next to the other person. They talk too much.
Right.
Oh, my goodness. I absolutely love it. But like I said, I don't have an Aunt Jeannie in my family, but I think I might be that person. Because even when Niram and I have like a game night or stuff with friends, I'd be like, oh, we should invite this single friend and that single friend. Won't they hit it off wonderfully?
Let me tell you, Naomi is like 0 for 1,000. But she always be trying to do this love connection.
I do. I love brown love.
I know, me too.
All right. Back to Al and Mary. So the next question is, when did you know your partner was the one? So Al says, after Mary stopped dating other dudes and screening phone calls. So within about 3 to 4 months. First of all, I love Al.
Al said once he
said it ain't even stop dating other. I can hear him saying it. He said stop dating other dudes and screening phone calls. Al, I would like to know more about these screening of phone calls. I can see Mary. I'm busy.
Did they have caller? They even had caller ID back then.
Oh, don't do that to Mary and Al. They had caller ID.
They had caller ID
but
26
she just
years
knew
ago.
But I like how he said, like, when about 3 to 4 months, like he knew, like she was like, she the one. All right. Then Mary says she knew Al was the one after a quiet but really fun trip to Washington D.C. She said, I was like, maybe he the one.
He the one.
What's he saying in my voice? He the one.
Those
but I like
words.
how Mary was like, maybe.
Maybe.
She said, because, hey, guess what?
I'm
Don't put
living
me
a
in
lie.
the box. But I love that Al was like, yeah, 3 to 4 months. I knew. Next, we asked them, what's their key to their relationship success? Al says patience, knowing when to shut up, and knowing when to speak up. Now, he's saying a word there. It's this reoccurring theme of when couples give advice, especially seasoned couples, knowing when to shut the hell up.
And patience.
Patience.
That patience, God.
Ain't it deep? That's a hard one though, knowing when to be quiet and when to swallow your pride.
Yeah.
On behalf of the other person.
Yeah.
Because we want to be right. That's a hard one. Alrighty, and Mary says only one person can be the real boss. Yes, the boss of the relationship. You have to schedule fun time to do things you normally would not do. Make sure you both come to an understanding when it comes to finances, child rearing, and how to train the family dog. Shout out to Maya. Chores, etc. Think of your home as a mini business. You know what? I was saying that too. Think of your home as a mini business. What you want your return on investment to be. That's a word there.
It is.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, you got to definitely think it's just a mini empire. Everything we do is, I think about it as an empire.
And everybody can't be the CEO.
No.
We need somebody to be the chief financial officer. We need somebody to be the operating officer to make sure stuff going. We need somebody to take care of the food. We need a janitor.
Sure do.
Come on. And she said, what I think that key piece, y'all, out there is, what do you want your ROI to be? What do you want your return on investment to be? When's the last time folks done asked that and really thought about that?
That's a good one.
We might have to invite them on the show
Yes.
to do like pillow talk and just really flesh out like some of the different stuff that's going on. But I think that is so good. So the next one is, what advice would you give to young married couples? Al says, communication is the most important thing in making sure to take meaningful time out for each other. That is important. Know your lane and areas of expertise. You did not marry the family, just her, and that's all good. We don't have to pull out so much.
Al said, know your lane.
He said, stay in your
lane.
Not mine.
And know your fucking expertise.
Why that touch your heart?
Because you tried to come at me this morning talking about why I don't be meal prepping. You know that ain't my expertise.
Yeah, y'all. I sure was. I was going to bring that on show, but I didn't want to be too shy.
My expertise is barbecuing.
Well, I suggest you get to barbecuing this week on some meals. Get some chicken. What's that mean? Them dry chicken breasts? We talked about the first time. We don't dry chicken breasts. No, but I think what he's saying is good. Like really knowing what you're good at and knowing when to say, that's not my area. And the idea of, marrying that person and not the family.
Yeah, true that.
And Mary says, within a few to 6 months or so, if you've done your homework in parentheses. So that means you better Google them, ask the right questions, meet friends, all that good stuff, whether or not that person is the one. If they are not the one, move on because life is too cool to waste on a fool. Yes. The longer you are with someone will not make the bad better, but it will make the good better. Bickering is awesome as long as you don't go too far. If your fellow was raised among good, strong females that did not spoil him, you probably have a keeper. Look at the relationships you've been exposed to since birth. Do not duplicate the bad ones. Come on.
Mary said, if your fellow.
Fella.
Your fella. If that fella ain't been spoiled.
Because there's a lot of men out here who have been spoiled. And this is to our mamas. Dear mama. Don't spoil these boys out here. I done been to like bridal showers and stuff where the mother of the groom or like the aunts and stuff of the groom will stand up and be like, oh, make sure you take care of him. And I'm like, what the hell is this?
Take care of him.
Take care of him and understand how he been. I said, you are confused, ma'am. At the shower?
Take care of him.
That you're showering me with love?
Take care of him.
And it was never like, after you take care of yourself or you take care of each other. Take care of him. She trying to pass on the pacifier, the receiving blanket to me. And also I like the idea of what Mary said about bickering too. I think sometimes bickering is good. Like, sometimes having that back and forth, that it's something to that. As long as you don't go below the belt. What we talked about not being cruel.
Yeah, you can't
I
be
think
cruel.
going back and forth is something, that's really, really unique. Alrighty, but lastly, anything else that you want to tell us about your love story? Al and Mary said, when we got back to Connecticut after a trip, Al pulled the vehicle over and got down on both knees on a cool day in the autumn leaves. Oh, she said in the scene, the autumn leaves in October, and asked me to marry him. Come on, Al. Look how romantic. The next September, we had a big wedding, said I do, 2 dogs, and one 21-year-old daughter later. The rest is history in the making. I think our love story is based on a success in work, finances, fun, being creative, bravery, and a tight-knit family of 3 humans in a small town. Yes, Lord, because they stay in white-ass New England. Oh, man. Thank you, Mary and Al, for submitting your Black love story. It was absolutely wonderful. It was some gems in there. We might have to pull a couple of those out and go ahead and put them on Twitter or something.
Yeah.
Because they were speaking some truth, and that was some free knowledge that they was dropping. But again, if you want to be featured on the podcast, go to www.blacklovematters.com. Again, that's blacklovematters.com, no K, to submit your Black love story, and we'll be sure to shout you out.
Hey.
Oh, I love that. I love Black love stories.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to you, Al and Mary. We got to bring them on.
I think we just got to bring them on the show. I hope y'all listening because y'all just got to come on because y'all was hitting it with that advice there. I'm especially on this idea of return on investment and treating your relationship as a business.
As a business, a mini empire. That's what's up.
All right, Niram, you got us some pillow talk today?
Yeah, baby girl. So I was reading, as I like to do, trying to flex my brain muscles. But no, I read this article, and the title was, the biggest threat to millennial relationships is coming from your phone. And, some of the things they was just saying was that, social media and dating apps increase the likelihood that partners mentally stray. So, they be there physically, but mentally they gone.
I believe that.
It says that, it feeds into impulsive and panic nature within us, especially when we are feeding the rejected and let down by relations. Yeah.
Millennials, we're just so extracurricular.
We are. Other things that was in this article is like, having all these options has actually proven to make us more miserable, according to several studies. So, having all these options with IG, Twitter, Facebook.
Did you say Facegram?
Facegram.
That's what it is. Facegram.
Facegram. But having all these options and just seeing anybody online and sliding in those DMs, is actually making us more miserable.
Yeah.
They also said, having too many choices online, it's harmful to have many choices online. Online dating and social media is creating this term called the paradox of choice. And this is making us like either not make a decision or having like one foot out the relationship and another end. So just wavering, like, I love you, but I don't know if I want to be with you. Maybe there's someone out there better than you. So, they was also saying like the ease of, hooking up through dating apps and social media make it very hard for anyone to like trust their partner. So, how can you trust your partner in that? So,
it's so easy.
Yeah. So the whole premise of the article is just pretty much just saying that, Facebook, Instagram, pretty much online dating and social media sites, it's probably going to doom us all when it comes to relationships.
Doom.
Yeah, doom us. So, my questions to you, Nambi, is that, do you think like dating apps and social media is harmful for dating and finding love? And like, this whole big thing of like paradox of choice, like how do you combat this? Because, you always got somebody thinking that there's always someone out there better.
Yeah.
So this thought of not settling, but when the going get tough during like these relationships and things of that sort, you'd be like, well, fine. Yeah, it's easier to lead than to stick it out and try to make it better. Yeah.
I mean, I go back and forth. I think that, like they said, this is a very much a millennium problem. I don't know what's the generation called after us.
I don't know either.
I don't think it's much more for them because I think we're in this very unique place where we've experienced or at least aware or exposed to what dating and navigating with the relationship is without social media and also being able to fully immerse ourselves in it. So I think our parents' generation, like, a few of them participate in it, but for the most part, that's not something that they're consistently a part of their everyday life. And if it is, it's not as many of them, but ours, it is. And we've had a taste of both of it. But I think my gut reaction whenever I think about social media is it takes the intimacy away in a relationship.
What you mean?
So, don't you remember when you're seeing pictures of like couples that'll be floating on the internet, with they're glued to their phone. So if they're out in public, they're at home in their bed, they're next to each other, but their attention, even when the TV's on, we've been victims of this. Yeah. And you'll be looking at your phone, and it's like, what connection are you truly making? We might as well just be on the bus, keep going places. Because if you go back to pre-social media, what would you be doing in that time? You would normally be engaging with the person, but now that's been taken away. Niram and I think we kind of have opposite problems when it comes to that. Because, whenever I look at something like this, I always like to look internally. So Niram will be attached to his phone and his computer all day long. I'm like, what? One of my signature questions is, who you talking to? What you looking at? Now, during the day, I don't be worried about nothing about a phone, a computer. You got to force me to get up on there and look at it. Like, I'm good for not returning a text message, a phone call, the phone will die, all that. That's not a problem with me. But at night, I'm the opposite. So Niram go to bed before daylight. before the sun
Lies.
before the sun go down.
Black fallacies.
About 7 p.m. So I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? Now that's when I become a junkie for YouTube.
Lies.
And I start watching all types of meal prep, gossip blogs, and everything else. And it just be a little blue light glowing over my head at 3 in the morning.
And I'll be telling your ass to go to fuck to sleep.
Well, that's because you already done been to sleep for 10 hours.
Hold up. First of all, I'm not going to have you lie to the Black love community like this. Like, I'm going to bed at 7 p.m.
You do.
No. It'd be like a hot 11:30, midnight. I'm about to go to bed. And here comes Nambi with the fucking nighttime disease.
What you call it, the nighttime disease?
Yes, like one of those scary movies. I can't remember which. I think it was like The Visit, where
the
grandma,
grandparents?
when
Don't open the door
when the sun went down, grandma go crazy as fuck. That's you, because the sun go down, and here comes fucking Nambi. She want to play and giggle and laugh.
First
and
of
like
all,
all
I
this
am
other
not a
bullshit.
German Shepherd.
Yes,
I don't
you
come
are.
to play.
Yes, you do.
But back to the story. I think it does. I think it does affect the relationship. Also, I think of us as a generation who kind of get bored. So I think of the fidget spinner generations. I think social media and dating apps, like it's almost our fidget spinner. Like, oh, nets, Tinder, nope, nets, spin, tricks. All right, let me go out. I think that's something that play into it. But I think everything in moderation. So I don't think it's that harmful, but I think when it becomes, as I always say, when it's extreme and that's all you do and that's all you focus on, it can become an addiction. And addiction to what? That's the question, but I think it can get out of hand. So, we'll see. I think it's beneficial. But that idea of paradox of choice, I think that's really on that person, because I'm the opposite of that. Like, that's not how I feel at all. Like, I feel like I go on a date with someone, I'm more discouraged. I'd be like, Lord, it took me this long to find this one person, and I got to go back out there and play and start over. Like, that's not appealing to me. Like, I feel no type of way to my single friends out there. They the goats out there, because I don't know if I could go out there and date and navigate within this culture. Like, I've never been on a dating app, but I don't think I would be a good person for it. Like, I wouldn't do good taglines. They'd be like, what do you like to do? They'd be like, sleep, eat, clean. They're like, what is it? Like, I just don't think I'm cut for it. So, I really don't. You have to explain me more about this paradox, because if anything, I think I'm more cynical. So if I have bad experience, I'd be like, oh, Lord, it's just going to get worse from here. Do I just need to settle? I can't. So,
I think one of the things that makes us a little bit different, because we're like the older millennials. So, we 30. So we're in between, like, what was it, Generation Yers, X or Z's? Like, I forgot what's the generation before us. So we're like that and like the beginning of the millennial generation. So we got a little bit of both. Like, I remember first time like getting the internet.
Yeah.
And only having one phone line.
And the AOL dial-up, and you just collect them little CDs.
You can collect those CDs, and your mama pick up the phone, and your internet go off.
Absolutely.
I was talking to somebody on Black Planet.
Was that the first dating website?
I would think so.
Oh, maybe I did use it.
Oh.
No, go ahead. Come on.
Okay.
We met.
Hey. But one of the things I would like to say is that, social media is great. It's wonderful. It solves a lot of things. You can meet people you've never met before, and it almost kind of narrows the gap between the number of people who know somebody. Like, I think you can be, 2 people away from like meeting Bill Gates or somebody like that.
Yeah. So,
that's cool. But I also think it causes like this cycle, being like, all right, I'm gonna get in this relationship. And then, 60 days later, I'm bored with them, or like that's when, because I personally feel like it takes about a year to get to know somebody. So you don't even get to the real. Yeah, to get the real. So y'all start going through like this puppy love stuff, and then you're like, no, like forget him. Like there's somebody better, and then you leave, and then you keep going through like these cycles over and over again. And one of the things I just like to say is like, people be thinking like the grass is greener on the other side, but you don't know how much that damn water bill is.
The water bill is high.
The water bill is high as hell. So like dealing with that is one of the things that I think as we progress through this, it's going to get harder for millennials. And, they already talking about how millennials are, getting married later in life, and or some of them not even getting married. And that's not even a problem, because I think the whole institution of marriage is going to change. But I think there are going to be a lot of people who are going to be miserable because they keep going through this whole I'm in a relationship, this person is great for me, but let me keep looking on Instagram or let me keep swiping to the right to try to find somebody.
Then you're basically comparing someone's best with someone's worst.
Yeah.
So you're comparing apples to oranges.
Yeah.
So like you said, when folks get bored 2-3 months down the road and they're like, oh, I can't stand to keep clipping these toenails, I can't do it. But you're comparing what Tyrone with Darnell over here,
right,
who got his graduation cap on, planting grass, smiling, like, you know, you're comparing apples to oranges, because traditionally when folks put their social media presence forward, they're putting the best, hopefully, of who they are forward, and that's not always realistic,
right?
Or you're going to be dealing with day to day either, which is a whole different, you know, that's an identity crisis. Are people having an identity crisis?
I think so. I think a lot of people are having these crises when it comes to like who they are in real life and like who their online persona is. Because I've met some people online, like just in the blogger world, and you're like, oh, this person is this way, and like they're so awesome. And then you meet them in real life, you're like, dry as fuck. Like, damn.
Dry, skittish. You'll be surprised at how some of these online personas, like you meet them first, you're like, what is wrong with you?
Right. So, you know, but I also think that like this is one of the reasons why you see like this whole boom of like sex robots. I'm gonna take it back to the sex robot episode. And like, because like so many people are like unhappy with themselves and unhappy with these relationships that, you know, they have this thing in their head like, oh, you know, they got to have a bachelor's, a master's, a 6-pack, and, you know, a 6-figure job, love the Lord, love that you have a great relationship with their mama and daddy and things of that sort. And they keep going through society and like thinking like you're going to find like this perfect guy, girl, and they don't find it. So they be unhappy. And next thing you know, they want to go buy a sex robot because the sex robot got six packs.
It's easier.
They can do whatever moves they want them to do. And things of that sort. So I feel like a lot of people in this whole millennial, like we're definitely entitled and we feel entitled. We want trophies and things of that sort. Well, I wasn't in there because I ain't got no trophy for losing. But a lot of them did. A lot of y'all did get trophies for losing. Absolutely. And we felt like entitled and we feel like, well, we can have whatever we want. But when it comes to people, that's not necessarily the case. Yeah. Because everybody's imperfect.
No. And it's like, you know, and then more so to that, how do you build a relationship based off that?
You can't build a relationship off of a fallacy and fairy tale.
You see things that aren't real that phone.
Yeah.
Well, so how do you work through it? How do we work through it?
Therapy.
You silly. Yeah, we do believe in a good couples therapy, but I don't know if we ever had to have therapy over like cell phones or devices or.
You know, and I just think like that was the golden age of social media because we had the opportunity since we were on campus, you know, we had this opportunity of being friends and, you know, seeing how each other ticks and things of that sort to actually decide, all right, do you want to be in a relationship or should we just keep this as friends before moving on? And I think a lot of people, you know, they clocks are ticking and they get to a certain age and it's like, all right, I got to get married. I want these kids.
Swipe to the left, swipe to the left, swipe right.
Is he the one? Is he the one? Is he the one? No. Is he the one? No. And then you have that. And next thing you know, you be like one of our closest friends who are, you know, on Tinder and Plenty of Fish, and then on the first date taking everybody to Capitol Grill.
Why do you always keep going? This just bothers Niram so bad. And I told Niram, let people spill their truth, but this bothers Niram.
It does.
Did you want me to take you to Capitol Grill?
I wish we could have afforded Capitol Grill when we first met each other.
We surely could have. No. We were just talking about that. We was reminiscing on how poor we were. Yeah. What was the lowest I ever had in my account when I was with you? Maybe $6. I remember actually. When you're poor, you remember exact dollar amounts. $6.28.
Well, I remember overdrafting for 28 cents. And then I got another overdraft fee and another yeah. It was just so many like overdraft fees over overdraft fees.
Hours.
Yeah.
You owed them.
I owed them. Like, and I remember going to the bank like, I can't pay this. Like I'm a student. I don't know how 38 cents cost this to overdraft, but I'm sorry. Can we fix this?
Look, help me out.
Yeah.
Help me out. But going back, you know, we really got to focus on this. And I think this is a good topic to really think about, this idea of social media and like what did you call it? The paradox?
Yeah, the paradox.
I think it's something greater on the other side. I think this relates more to what we were talking about. What was that? Was that last week?
What?
With Tracy and Anthony and their Black love story. They said there's a difference between, you know, wanting a what did they say? You know, wanting a wedding and being married. Hell, you can even go as far as saying being in a committed relationship.
Yeah.
Because a marriage don't necessarily mean that either.
No.
Because that's all different things depending on what your agreement is.
Exactly.
So, when do you kind of establish that? When you have the age of social media. I think initially it was there to help, but now I think it's taken over. Kind of like what you said about the robots.
Yeah. The sex robots are coming, y'all, so
be careful.
Be safe out there.
All right, then. I like that pillow talk. We actually got some kitchen table talk.
Oh.
But it's a different one. It's a different type of kitchen table talk.
Okay.
So kitchen table talk sits because as always, if you have any questions, feel free to submit those to us via email at blacklovematters@gmail.com. Again, that's blacklovematters@gmail.com. No K. So it reads, "Hey Niram and Nambi, I love the show. I don't need any advice, but I have a random question for you all. I want to get to know you a little bit more. So what's the one thing you miss the most about Detroit? And what's your favorite thing about," they put air quotes, "white ass New England?" Thanks. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I can go first.
All right.
So what do I like about white ass New England? The money.
Yeah.
The opportunity.
Yeah.
Because, coming from Detroit, it's not, now it's starting to change, but back when we left and 7 years ago, it wasn't that much opportunity, especially like coming out of undergrad and things of that sort. But
you be clear, the recession hit.
Yeah,
so
the recession
Michigan,
hit.
You could make a decent living working for like the big three, coming straight out of high school. You can make like $60,000-$70,000 with unlimited overtime and 3 months off in the summer and 3 weeks off for Christmas. But when that recession hit, folks went from making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 to $10 an hour.
Yeah. So, and I think for us, because we both graduated undergrad like around 2010, for us.
9.
Okay. Well, 2009, excuse me. For us, I think the money and the opportunity of New England was one of the things that really brought us out here. Yeah. With Connecticut and Massachusetts being like the richest states per capita in the United States, that really, you really do see that, and you can see that in like some of the regular old positions, like, oh, I'm at McDonald's and I'm making like $16-$17 an hour, or like whatever you do. So even though the cost of living is high as hell here, I definitely think that the money also brings with that.
The money and the opportunity.
Yes.
There's more jobs available.
Yeah.
And more different types of jobs, I would say. Yeah.
And just on the fact that, you're everywhere. So you can be in Connecticut and Massachusetts or Rhode Island, like within an hour. So like the accessibility to everything. What I like most about Michigan, the people. It's something about that, since a lot of people from the Midwest, transplanted from the South, you definitely have like that sort of generosity and things of that sort. And how I really like to explain it is, when you meet somebody in New England, you start off at zero.
Yes.
Like you can say hello to them, and they be like, "Well, why the fuck you saying hi to me?"
Yeah,
like why are you speaking to me?
Black, white, brown, it don't matter.
They just rude and crass, and they just don't give a fuck about you. And but then you got to build up this relationship, and then you at 100, and then you can't get rid of their ass.
Yeah, yeah.
And then like in the Midwest, it's different. Like whenever you meet somebody, you start a family, like 100, like, oh, like. Come on over to the barbecue, whatever. And, after you do things, you lose points, and then, you become zero. So I think it's a different philosophy of, interacting with people. But I just love being around my black folk and that black culture. So those are some of the things that I like.
And be clear, in Detroit, it's African American black culture.
Niggas. Niggas.
Yeah, and it's very, and I didn't really, since you brought it up, I really wasn't aware of that or appreciated it till I truly came out here. I've always aware that there's different types of black, and I know that Africa, has their own like culture, folks from the islands, but we all under that umbrella of black. But I think in Michigan, I really didn't realize how much that African American is highlighted till we came in New England. Where what's the funny story I always like to tell people? They'll ask where we're from, and I was like, oh, I'm from Michigan. They was like, no, but where are you from? I was like, oh, Detroit.
Yeah.
They was like, no, but where are your people from?
You Jamaican?
I was like, slaves. I said, I'm an American. I don't like, that's the first time I ever had to identify myself as an American. I was like, I'm an American, a slave, Jim Crow. Yeah. My ancestors were brought here against their will.
Right.
Like,
no, where you from? Africa?
Yeah, they start naming places.
No.
That you look like you from here, sister. I was like,
I don't know where I'm from.
I said, I could be.
I don't know.
That's the first time. I had to come out to New England to be like, I'm American. I've never had to be like, I'm American. What you mean? And, that ain't something I rep, but I had to be like, I'm just black be black, just slavery. So I had to think about that. All right, so my turn. What I really like about New England, I also would have to go with you on that accessibility near them. So we're no more than 2 hours drive from everything and everybody. So like Niram was saying, we're like 2 hours from New York, an hour and a half from Boston. We're about 40 minutes from like the islands, not the islands, the beach, the water. This is in my head. Well, and hey, Martha's Vineyard, hey, it is an island. Come on.
Oak Bluff.
Yeah, DC, Philly, the food, the different types of food and entertainment. So the accessibility to different types of entertainers. So you can get a little bit of everything. Where Michigan, we got the folks we like, but maybe some more of the underground folks you didn't get as much. So we didn't have as many like festivals or just that type of stuff. That New England, I feel like it's always something popping off every
drive
week.
down to like Afropunk or something.
Yeah,
like that,
we didn't have that. And I don't know why. You think Afropunk would be lit
in Detroit? We're like all those black people.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like it might be too much. People might be like, what's going on here? So now that I flesh it out, I guess I understand why. Like in Michigan, also you can drive for 8 hours and still be in Michigan.
Lord.
You still be in Michigan. So by the end of 8 hours, you riding in the cornfields though. And you ain't seeing nothing there. You lucky, if you can get you to Cedar Point or Chicago. Them your escape routes in under 4 hours. But what do I miss most about Michigan? What I enjoyed the most, aside from family members, I would say church. I told y'all this once. I'm telling you this twice. It is nothing like a good Detroit church shout. You will get your whole life. It's just something about the culture, the motherboard, the deacons, the music, the ministry, the prayer. You would get it. I mean, just look, we got the legends here. We got the Franklin's church, the Winans, Clark sisters. Like we got these churches that set the framework for what church is. As I said before, out here, I love my church family and they are supportive of me and they love the Lord. But it is something about that Detroit church I miss. Like, even put this in for Mother's Day. I was looking to walk into church to see hats that I couldn't see over the front of. And they had a couple mothers in there with hats, but it wasn't like the Detroit church.
No.
It was like that little stuff I kind of, just miss. Additionally, the food. So I know New England, like I said, they got good food out here, but it's different. So New England got, I always like to say, not carby food, but like Italian food. Yeah. Like it's all types of food you can find, but it's something about hood culture food that Michigan got. So it's some stuff that you only can get in Michigan that you really can't find other places. So that's like Coney Island.
Oh, yeah.
So like a Coney dog. Oh, my goodness. You can't find a good Coney dog in New England.
No, you can't.
Y'all don't like casings on the hot dogs. I said, I need a snap.
Right.
Look, a snap. Not how you do it without the snap. And I want the bread to be soft. Then I want the chili on top. Then I want the white onions, then extra mustard. They don't do that out here.
No.
We also got Faygo. Faygo is a pop. Oh, pop. We say pop. Pop soda. So it's not just normal soda pop flavors. It'd be like peach.
Yeah.
Pineapple. Blue raspberry. Red pop. And it's so good. Verner's, another pop, but it's ginger ale. This is the only ginger ale should be allowed in the world. It's so strong. People use it when they get sick too. So you keep it room temperature. If you got a little upset stomach, you take it. They got that much ginger in it.
Yes, it does.
That is going to burn all the way down. Better made chips, all that stuff. Just all the restaurants that I grew up with and specials and, just able to get that type of stuff. That's the stuff I truly. Oh, now they got me reminiscing.
Shout out to Detroit.
Yeah, shout out to Detroit. We're gonna go there to summer visit. Like I said, we're gonna do an episode from Detroit. We're gonna have some Detroit guest stars on there. Uncle Junebug will be a guest star. Yes. Stay tuned. I like that. That's it for us now.
That's all we got.
Today, but I think it's good.
That's what's up, guys.
Alrighty.
Well, leave us a 5-star rating on iTunes and Stitcher, and you leave us one, we'll shout you out on the show. Remember to shout.
Hold on, what you say?
If you leave us one, you're always trying to cut me off.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Like I said, y'all, leave us a 5-star rating on iTunes and Stitcher, and if you do, we'll shout you guys out on the show. Submit your Black Love story to blacklovematters.com. Remember, that's Black no K, lovematters.com. If you got any questions for Kitchen Table Talk, definitely shoot us an email at blacklovematters@gmail.com. Leave us a comment on anything, everywhere.
We don't care.
Whatever. Social media everywhere is Black Love Matters, no K. So that's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud, Apple, iTunes, everywhere.
You got everything.
Yes. So until next time, remember, love is ever evolving.
Talk to you later.
Peace.
Woo!